So you listened to the governor's speech earlier tonight, and with so many members of your Vegas chamber, was there a couple of takeaways that left you with a little bit of hope or promise?
Well, absolutely. There were several promising takeaways. The Vegas Chamber applauds Governor Sisolak on his very pro-business approach. This was a very future-focused agenda. There's a lot that the governor did propose in his plan, but we are really extremely pleased to see that Governor Sisolak is not proposing raising taxes on employers and small businesses. So that's a very promising signal from the governor. We also appreciate that he's recognizing that the number one priority of our state is restarting the economy and creating jobs.
He did touch on creating jobs, and one thing that was tough to hear was just the amount of businesses that will permanently close. Was that sort of a startling? I mean, you know that you're on the front line, but that was kind of a tough one to be reminded of?
It is so startling to hear the governor talk about the number of small businesses that have closed, because small businesses are the fabric of our community and our economy. You know, in Nevada, we have a lot. We are very fortunate to have a lot of great large size businesses, but the smallest mom and pops are the ones who make up the fabric of our economy. And so an enormous win for the small businesses tonight was the governor's announcement of another $50 million more in PETS grants, as well as the establishment of a small business advocacy center and a Nevada job force. So we were extremely happy about that at the biggest chamber.
So walk me through what a PET grant is so I can explain that to our viewers.
Yes, and if I may, off the top of my head, it is the Pandemic Emergency Technical Support Grant. And that's a grant that a lot of small businesses can apply for. You can be a nonprofit, even chambers can apply. So it's a very broad grant that really will help a lot of businesses and nonprofits in our community.
What is the one thing that members of your chamber have been telling you over this past year that maybe we didn't hear tonight from the governor?
That we didn't hear tonight. I think, you know, there's a lot that they've been telling us, just that they need more financial assistance. That's the main thing. The other biggest thing that actually was a theme of the governor tonight was talking about workforce training. You know, a lot of the members of the Vegas Chamber say that the talent pool is very shallow. And so that can sound kind of funny, but we were so happy to hear that one of the governor's themes was workforce training, reskilling and upskilling our members of our employment force. And that is just essential to getting people back to work. You know, Nevada State College and the College of Southern Nevada are important to workforce training, especially for those in-demand jobs like healthcare. And so supporting these higher education schools like the UNLV School of Medicine and the engineering school, those are much needed investments into helping people connect with good paying jobs and sustainable careers.
Anything else? You know, I think he also touched on just diversifying. We are so, and we all know this, right? We're all so dependent on one industry, but it's that workforce training that will help us diversify and will help us deepen that talent pool, right?
It is absolutely the reskilling and upskilling of our workforce. But you know, the other thing that we were really excited about is the governor asking for private sector help in applying for more federal grant dollars.
Yeah.
The Vegas Chamber has worked closely over the years with the Brookings Institute, the Southern Nevada Forum, and Assemblywoman Danielle Monroe Moreno, who he also mentioned tonight. And so we commend the governor for recognizing this dire need for these federal grant dollars. And because Nevada receives some of the least amount of federal grant dollars of any state in the entire country, simply because we don't apply for these dollars. So by applying for the federal grant dollars, we can bring millions and millions of dollars in funding to Nevada that can be used to tackle challenges like public health, education, and human services.
Any idea of how far away we might be from that? Are these things that might happen in Q1, Q2?
You know, I think they are definitely. We can certainly get these things launched in first quarter and second quarter. And I know that it's a priority of a lot of the legislators I've spoken with, and not the least of which would be the governor.
Can businesses hold on though? Can they hold on till this summer?
Well, we hope so. You know, businesses, we are on the front lines of helping our businesses. And I think a lot of these grants are going to go a long way toward helping them hang on. They're trying so hard. And we're just so proud and honored to be working with our small businesses across the entire state of Nevada, because they're working so hard to stay in business because they know how important they are to our economy.